Hello everybody, welcome to our weekly yoga session. So I think we might be on about week 7 of lockdown at this stage. I've lost track. So this week we're going to be focusing on shoulders and hips, two areas where we all hold a lot of tension and tightness. So the class today is going to be about releasing the shoulders and the hips. Now you might like to have a cushion and a blanket, and if you have a chair nearby you might find that useful for some of the poses later on. So if you need to go and get those things, you can go and get organised now, and we'll get ready to start. So coming on to your backs, just lie down with your knees bent. Let your arms move away from your body. So feel the shoulders already dropping away from the ears and releasing. Now maybe take the soles of your feet together and let the knees drop out to the side, and you can just rock the hips a little bit from side to side. And now close your eyes and begin to breathe, just slowing down the breath. So inhaling and exhaling through your nose. So finish the next exhale and open your eyes. And from here you might like to take your hands behind your neck and interlace the fingers, elbows out to the side. Or if that isn't comfortable, just bend your elbows and take the backs of the hands onto the floor. And we're going to gently just arch and flatten the back a few times. So remember, you can have the hands in either position. So release your hands, gently draw your knees together. And now place your right foot just above your left knee, flex the foot, and let the right knee drift out to the right. So just let this right hip release. And now maybe lifting the left foot, take the hands around the back of the left thigh. You can gently press the elbow against the right inner knee. Again, we're just going to hold and breathe. And then releasing the feet back to the floor. Left foot on top of the right thigh. Flex the foot a little bit and then let the left knee move out to the left. Lifting the right foot, hands around the back of the right thigh. Gently drawing that right thigh towards you to increase the stretch on the outer left hip. And then release both feet to the floor. Hug your knees in. Roll over onto your right side and bring yourself up to sitting. So coming to sit in some kind of a cross-leg pose, this is where you might like to sit onto your cushion for a little bit of lift, or a block if you have one. So we'll take the hands in front, interlace the fingers, take the hands up, press your palms up, draw your navel in, and now take the hands behind, interlace the fingers behind, stretch the arms back, and then gently begin to fold forward. So if you can, let the hands come up and over, if not, sit them on the lower back. And then you can bring your hands in front and just drop the head. Creeping those hands forward a little more if you can. And then walking the hands back. You might like to change the cross of your legs here. So it might feel a little bit strange, but it's good to come out of our comfort zone. And now you're literally just going to give yourself a hug. So wrapping the arms around, doesn't matter which one is on top, reaching towards your shoulder blades, and you can gently press the shoulder blades apart. And then stretch out. Change the cross of the arms. And again, give yourself a nice big hug. You deserve it. And then release the arms. So we're going to swing the legs back and we're going to come into child pose. Knees really wide now, big toes touching. Sit back. Arms in front if you can. Or if not, hands under the forehead. And now stretching the arms out. We're going to come into something called quarter jog. So you're going to bend your right arm, bring it underneath, and let the left hand come in front. And again, just release your head. Slowly coming up. And obviously we're going to do the other side. So the left hand comes across. So you're making like a figure 4 with your arms. Release your head again. And then slowly coming up onto all fours. Getting into the shoulders a little bit more now. Stretch your right arm up. Thread it underneath and you're going to come onto your right ear as your left hand comes to the back, around your back, maybe towards the right hip. And then coming back up. Ready to do the other side. Left arm up. Thread it underneath. Come onto the left ear. Right hand comes behind. Maybe towards the left thigh. Pushing back up onto all fours. So now we're going to get into the hips a little bit more. So take your right leg back. Take it out to the side. Press into the hands as you lift that right foot, flexing the foot. And then bend the right knee. So you're trying to have your right knee more or less in line with your right hip. And then we're just going to make a few little circles. And reverse the circles. And then bring your right leg back down. So I'm going to just turn around to show the other side. Left leg back, stretch back into the left heel. Left foot out to the side, press into the hands, lift the left foot and flex. Bend the left knee coming in line with the hip if possible. And hip circles again, just small hip circles. You will already be starting to feel this in your hips hopefully. And reverse it. And slowly come down. So from here we're just going to make a few circles around. So we're getting into hips and shoulders here, just easing them out. And the other direction. Come back to center. Curl your toes under and lift yourself up into downward facing dog. Walk the feet in a little bit. And you can have the feet quite wide now. Soften the elbows and just let your head go. You might want to just come up and down off your toes. Now bring your right leg back, bend the right knee and start to draw the right heel towards the left hip. And you can look under your right arm. Stretch the right leg back and down. Left leg, take it back, bend the knee and then draw the left heel towards the right hip as you look under the left arm. Stretch it back and down. So bend your knees and this time we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet for a change. Bend the knees, hold your elbows and just let your head and your neck release. Press into your feet, hands to your hips and come to standing. Okay, coming to stand on your mat with your feet about hip distance apart. Bring your hands in front. Bend your elbows. Right hand on top, left underneath, eagle arms. So hands back to back or palm to palm. And now bending your knees, we're just going to roll the hips around. Come back to center, change the arms around. Left on top, right underneath. Bend the knees again. Roll the hips in the opposite direction. And come back to center, release those arms down, roll the shoulders out, nice big shoulder rolls. And change the direction. So, ready to start our Surya Namaskar. Come to the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bring your feet together now, big toes touching and heels slightly apart. Press down into the toes, lift up on the kneecaps, engage the thigh muscles. Engage your Mula Bandha and your Uddiyana Bandha, gently drawing the navel back towards the spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. Close your eyes and begin the Ujjayi breath. Hands down by your side, open your eyes. Inhale, take your palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold hands to the floor, so you might need to soften the knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands flat, stepping to plank. Dropping to the knees, to the chest, to the chin. Inhaling into cobra, shoulders back. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. So spread your fingers, press down into your index knuckles and the base of your thumb. Take the feet slightly, heels slightly out, just a small adjustment, and release your head and neck. Exhale fully, inhale, look forward. Step your right and your left foot up. Flat back, look out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhaling back into Tadasana. And again, inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale as you fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, stepping to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga this time. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale, roll over your toes. Downward facing dog. So as you come into your downward facing dog, spreading the fingers, lifting the hips and drawing the navel gently towards the spine. Just take 5 deep breaths here now. Exhale fully, inhale, look forward, step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So ready to begin our Surya Namaskar B. I'm just going to move to the other side. Hands at heart center. Bend your knees, sweep your fingers against the floor, Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold. Hands to the floor. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale into a downward facing dog. Right leg back, knee to chest. Right foot forward, drop onto the left knee. So we're coming into a lunge now. Walk your right foot out to the edge of your mat. Bring your right hand inside the right foot. So both hands are on the floor. So just give yourself a moment to drop into the lunge. If you want to, you can walk the right hand underneath and bring it to the outside of the right foot. And then maybe lifting the back leg. So just keep looking straight ahead. And then we'll release the right hand, walk the right foot in a little bit, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg back. Knee into the chest. Left foot forward, drop onto the right knee. So again, we're going to walk the left foot to the edge of the mat. Take the left hand inside the left foot. Take your time here. Maybe taking the left hand to the outside of the left foot. So I'm just going to turn around here so you can see, and then maybe lifting the back leg. So releasing the left hand, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra, upward dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. So once again, spread your fingers, press forward towards the knuckles, release the head and neck. Exhale fully, inhale, look forward. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees. Sweep the hands against the mat, Utkatasana. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So I'm going to turn around just one more time for a second Surya Namaskara B. Bend your knees, sweep your fingers against the floor, Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold, hands to the floor. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, step to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Right leg back. Knee to chest. Right foot forward, this time flatten your left heel. Turn it in. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, your hands behind. Interlace the fingers, lift your chest. Take another inhale. On an exhale, folding into humble warrior. So the chest moves to the inside of the right thigh, and then you release the back of your neck. Now, if this is all too much, keep the hands sitting on your lower back. Drop your hands to the floor, stepping back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Left leg back. Knee to chest. Left foot forward, turn the right heel in. As you come up, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms behind. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to fold. So remember again, you can adjust this if your shoulders are very tight today. Drop the hands, step to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. And exhale. Downward dog, or at this stage you might like to take a child pose. So your focus now is on slowing down the breath. So take now 5 nice slow breaths until your breath slows down a little bit. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward. Step or hop your feet to your hands. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Sweep your fingers against the floor, Utkatasana. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So come back to stand at the top of your mat. Finding Tadasana. Maybe having a drink of water at this stage, or just close your eyes and take a few breaths. So now opening your eyes, bring your hands onto your hips. And we're going to step the feet wide. So you might want to turn sideways on your mat. Turn your big toes slightly in. Inhale, lift your chest. And we're going to take the arms up. Take the arms behind, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest again. And exhale as you begin to fold forward. So you can soften the knees if you need to. You can also sit the hands on the lower back if you need to. And then we're just going to continue to fold, pressing the weight forward towards the toes. If you can, let those arms come up and over. And now release the hands down onto your calves, your ankles, or maybe hook the first two fingers around your big toes. Bend the elbows and once again fold forward. So again, remember you can bend the knees as much as you need to here. Okay, slowly begin to lift your head, bend your knees, exhale, bring your hands onto your hips and pushing into the feet. Inhale, use the core, use the legs to come all the way up. And you can stay with the wide legs now. So turn your right foot out and your left foot in. Bend into your right knee. Inhale the arms up. So today, instead of keeping the arms out, we're going to bring the hands in. And we're going to bring the left, right over left, keeping the hands in front of you. Keep the bend on the right knee. Release your hands onto your hips. Straighten up on the right knee. Turn both feet forward. So turning to the left. Left foot out, right foot slightly in. Bend into your left knee. Bring the hands in front once again. Left on top, right underneath this time. So your knee, just have a quick look that your knee is still over your left foot. But your body's facing forward and you're lifting those elbows a little bit if you can. So you might be just backs of the hands together or palms facing each other. And again, if it's too much in the shoulders, bring the elbows down and in a little bit. So play around with it until you find somewhere that you feel a bit of a stretch, but you don't want to feel discomfort. Or as they say, you want to stress, but don't feel distress. And slowly release. Straighten up on the knee and turn both feet forward. Okay, so staying with the wide legs, right foot out again, left foot slightly in. Inhale, both arms out. Extend over your right leg, right hand down, left hand up. Trikonasana. So again, softening the knee if you need to. Open through the left shoulder just a little more, drawing that left shoulder back. And you can just look straight ahead, or you can take the head down, or you can look up towards the thumb. But again, don't strain your neck. Bring your left hand onto your hip. Bend your right knee and begin to step your left foot in a little bit. Now, this is where some of you might like to grab a chair. So I'm just going to demonstrate this with a chair, and then you can do it with or without. So we're coming into half moon pose. So if you want to, you could use the chair and just place your hand on the chair and then lift the left leg and maybe lift the left hand. So that's one variation. And then to come into the full pose, right hand comes down, step the left foot in, left foot up, flex the left foot, and then maybe take the left arm up. Another option is to have two hands on the floor if you're not ready to take the left hand up. So again, we can play around a little bit with this. Bend your right knee. Take your left foot down, step back and turn the feet forward. So moving to the left, left foot out, right foot in. Inhale, both arms up. Extend over your left leg, left hand down, right hand up. Open through the shoulder and chest. You can soften the left knee if you need to. Right hand on the hip. Bend the left knee. Now if you need to grab your chair, grab your chair. If you want to do that version. Step your right foot in a little bit. Bring your left hand out in front of your foot. Begin to lift the right leg. Flex the foot. Take your time here. Maybe taking the right arm up. Bend your left knee, right foot down, hands onto the hips, and turn both feet forward. Okay, walk the feet in, and we'll step back to the front of the mat. So I'm actually going to go to this side. Hands to heart center. Okay, hands onto your hips. Step back with your left foot and have your right foot forward. Walk the right foot out a little and bring the left hip forward. From here, reach back and you can take your wrists, you can take your elbows, or you can come into reverse namaste. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, start to draw the chest forward. Now here's where you might need to soften your front knee. That's okay. And remember, your hands might be just here on the back or holding the wrists. Everybody's going to have their own variation. Continue to fold forward, drawing that right hip back, and then eventually releasing the head. So if you have reverse namaste, press the palms together and really draw those elbows up. Okay, press into your right foot, bend your right knee, hands onto the hips as you come up. And we're just going to rotate the feet on the mat. Walk the left foot out a little. Bring the right hip forward. Reach your hands back to take wrists, elbows, or reverse namaste. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, again, soften the front knee if you need to. Take your time. Lift your head, bend your left knee. Now you can drop both hands to the floor, step back into downward facing dog, and just begin to move the hips from side to side. Bend and straighten your knees. Now take your feet quite wide and begin to walk your feet forward behind your hands. Staying on your toes, just drop your hips. And I'm going to come around now to face you. So you can have the feet out as wide as you need to, maybe with the feet slightly turned out. Bring your hands onto the floor first to get your balance. Now, for anybody who can drop the heels, bring the heels down. And maybe sit back into it a little more, bringing the hands to the heart center for yogi squat. Great one for getting into the hips. And then you can sit back and stretch both legs out. So give the legs a bit of a shake out, maybe roll the shoulders out, and then come to sit in Dandasana. So this is where some of you might like to come back and sit on your cushion. It'll give you a little bit more support, or if you happen to have a block, you can do that. Stretch the legs out, roll the shoulders back, fingertips or palms to the floor. Draw the toes towards you. Just close your eyes and sit in Dandasana for a moment. So as you open your eyes, I want you to bring the feet just as wide as you can without overstraining. Maybe draw the bottom flesh back behind, or if you're on your cushion, sit towards the front of your cushion, or you can use even a folded blanket. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale as you bring the hands down in front. Now you might just be coming to here, fingertips on the floor, or maybe you can start to creep the hands forward. Just release your head. Wherever it is, it can be, as I say, it can just be maybe here or here. Take your time. Slowly walk the hands back. Turn to your right. So twist a little bit from the waist as you creep the hands forward. Either side of the right leg and release. Walk the hands back and we'll move over to the other side. Again, just coming forward nice and gently. Slowly walk the hands back. Draw the legs in and bring the soles of the feet together into butterfly pose. So we'll start with the feet out a little bit from the hips and we'll just take the ankles. And again, you can just gently rest the elbows to the inside of the knees or outside the knees. Draw your chin and your chest forward. So just look out beyond your toes and let the hips release here. Trying to release the shoulders as well. As you come back up, you can repeat that, or if you want to bring the feet in a little bit closer, wrapping your hands around your toes. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, bend the elbows and let yourself come forward. So you're going to feel that now a lot more strongly in the inner thighs. So make the adjustment, walk the feet out a little bit if you're feeling it too much. You just want to feel a stretch, not a strain. Inhale as you come back up. Gently draw your knees together. Maybe get rid of the cushion for a moment and just hug the knees, hover the feet above the floor. Maybe you can release the hands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in once again. And then in your own time, roll yourself back onto your back and make a few nice little circles at the base of the spine. So just holding onto the knees a little bit apart and circle in both directions. And then come back to center. So once again, we're going to place the right foot on top of the left thigh as we did earlier on. Just let the knee come out to the right. Hug the left knee in, and this time you might like to straighten up the left leg, flexing that foot. Bend the left knee, bring the left foot back down to the floor. Bring your arms out at shoulder level. Cross your right leg over at the thigh if you can. Right leg over the left. Drop both legs over to the left and look back towards your right. And then slowly come back into the center, uncross the legs. Left foot on top of the right thigh. Lift the right foot, hands around the back of the right thigh. Stay here or straighten up your right leg. Bend your right knee. Cross the legs at the thighs again if you can. Dropping to the right this time. Rolling the head back to the left. Roll back into the center. Uncross the legs. Soles of the feet together once again. Letting the knees drop out to the side. Arms away from your body. So totally relax the shoulders. Palms facing up. And just take a few breaths here. So hopefully your hips and your shoulders are feeling a little bit more released at this stage. And when you're ready, draw the knees together. Now, staying on your back, just grab a blanket or a cushion for under your head as well if you need it. We're going to move straight into Shavasana. So it's quite okay to do Shavasana in what we call Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together if you like that pose. You might prefer to bring the knees together and the feet out wide, or you might just like to stretch your legs out. Feet out the width of the mat now at least. Arms away from your body, or again, you can bend the arms like so if you find that helps to release the shoulders. So move yourself into a comfortable Shavasana. Settling your body into the floor, now close your eyes. So it takes a few moments maybe to get into a comfortable Shavasana. So take that time to let the body release. Feel the back of your head now getting heavy on the floor. Inhale as you shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. And exhale as you drop the shoulders down. Really feel the tension releasing now. Arms are out away from the body with the palms upwards. Or if you prefer to rest your hands lightly on your belly, you can do that. Inhale as you gently squeeze the hips together. And exhale as you release the hips. Again, feel the release here. So bring your awareness to your breath. Exhale deeply through your nose. And inhale all the way down into the belly. Feel that breath almost moving into the hips and the pelvis. And then slowly release the breath back up through your body and out through your nose. And again, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. Hold the breath out. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. And again, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale fully, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause. And then just inhale again and exhale softly. So just take a few breaths in your own normal way. So settle your body even more deeply into the mat. So if you need to make any small adjustments, please do. And now begin to feel the relaxation in the crown of your head. Moving down the back of your head into the back of your neck. Relaxing your forehead, eyebrows and eyelids. Cheeks, lips, tongue, chin and throat. Collarbones, shoulders. Feel the relaxation move into the elbows, down into the wrists, palms, backs of the hands, and into the fingers. Now let the relaxation flow back up into your chest, into your rib cage, into your abdomen and lower abdomen. Feel the relaxation at the base of the neck, moving all the way down the spine to your tailbone. Now let the whole pelvis, all of the pelvic area and the hips relax. Let that relaxation move down your thighs, knees, shins and calves, ankles, heels, soles of your feet, tops of your feet, and all the way into your toes. Your whole body completely at rest. Beginning to feel your awareness come back to the surface. So slowly become aware of your surroundings, maybe of any sounds that you can hear around you. Aware of your relaxed body still stretched out on the floor. And now starting to introduce small movement into your fingers and toes. Maybe move your wrists and ankles and slowly turn your head from side to side. Inhale to take a stretch, stretching the arms overhead, stretching the legs out. And then exhale, draw the knees into the chest, rolling onto your side. So as you come onto your side, take 3 deep breaths. And now slowly push yourself to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. One more deep breath, inhale and exhale. Namaste. Thank you once again for your practice. And I'd like to say thank you to any of you who donated to any of the charities last week. So what I suggest is, if you want to occasionally donate to any charity that you particularly support or feel strongly about, feel free to make a donation on my behalf. And the other thing I'd like to say is thank you for all the lovely messages that you've been sending me. It's really encouraging and it keeps me going every week. So thank you once again.